Are you wondering how all these fitness influencers manage to count macros and be moms and do their crazy busy life? Me too. Actually, I was until I realized that there was just a few things that I needed to tweak in order to get it right. So today I'm sharing with you guys the top tips so that you can successfully count your macros and finally reach your fitness goals stress-free. So today we're going to talk about how you guys can successfully track macros, even if you're as busy as me. I've got 5 kiddos. The kitchen is constantly crazy. We're in endless after school activities. I work full time and I'm a personal trainer. So I understand how hard it is to be this busy. Let's start with my very first tip. It's going to sound like I'm a broken record because I know people say this often, but you guys really need to plan ahead. I use a app called Macro Friendly Foods and I absolutely love it. It helps me plan my meals so that I don't have to put them into MyFitnessPal. They're already in there, which is super key to my success. What I do is I find the meals for the week, I write out my grocery list, I order my groceries or I go to the store. And when I'm done all that, I make sure to plan the meals on the nights that we are busy. We have simple meals, and on the nights that when we have more free time, I have a little bit more extravagant meals. Then I look at my calorie or macro goal for the week, and I look at how I'm going to get enough protein. And then I plan all my meals out, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and my snacks. I often leave a little bit of room for the evening just in case there's something that comes up. I like to have flexibility. I think that it's healthy for your mindset and a great way to do macro counting. I figured I would bring you guys along to the grocery store just so that you guys could see exactly what I got and how I'm going to use it this week. And I thought I would share just a few of the recipes that honestly, I never thought I would be able to eat while macro counting before. I love the fact that now when I count macros, I have pasta, I have really anything that I want and crave, and that it can fit into my macro count no matter what that is. The kitchen is clean and we are ready to bring the groceries inside. I love coming home to a clean kitchen and loading up the fridge. So we've got these pitas, which I love to use. They're quite light, only like 150 calories, I think. And they're wonderful if you load them up with like chicken and do say like a barbecue chicken pizza with lightly cheesed. It's a really nice macro friendly addition to your day, even your lunch. Of course, I got a ton of fruit and veggies for the kids because, well, they consume them like crazy. My plan is to make a huge fruit salad with grapes and strawberries, and bananas and apples and cantaloupe, and I think I got blueberries, and then I'm going to do this delicious light cream cheese topping, so it will be like a dessert, but the kids will be getting fruit at the same time. Greek yogurt and chocolate chips are a must in our household. We don't eat insanely healthy, but we do eat quite balanced. So I always try to have a protein at every meal, and I try to teach the kids that protein really balances out their body. These are my egg whites. I load them up in my pancakes and I put them in the kids' pancakes. The key to consistency with counting macros is honestly just kind of having a few of your favorite meals on repeat and using those each week. This is the bill. It's about $3.45. There was some shampoo and whatnot on there, but that's pretty low for our family for the week. We have 7 people and we're in Canada. So it usually costs us about $500 a week to feed them. We've got some teenagers in the house that eat a lot and really like their snacks. So we make sure to keep the house as stocked as possible. My second tip for you guys is to find an app or a tracker that works for you and your lifestyle. I personally use MyFitnessPal because it connects to my app, the Body with Brie app. And what I do is I pre-plan my meals the night before. I can see everything that I'm going to eat for the next day. And this way my brain already has a sense of what is going to happen. And I will often make a better choice if I kind of pre-decide what I'm going to eat. A lot of the women that I work with find that if they don't track at least protein, they really struggle to get close to the goal that is usually prescribed to them. If tracking constantly is really hard, I find that it's kind of nice to do intuitive or mindful eating in the evening and just track breakfast and lunch to hit those protein goals. Now for some macro-friendly fruit salad. As much as this is painful for me, I am going to be a responsible mother and I'm going to wash the fruit. It's hugely important to me that when I bring produce home, I spend the time to wash it, because if I don't, I find that we waste it. So right when I get home, I will usually wash all the fruits and all the vegetables. I'll even cut up some celery and carrots and have it in separate containers, just so that it's easy and quick to grab, and it's just easier to make the healthy choice that way. The only downfall is the kids usually eat all the fruit before I can even get it into the containers. So
the recipe is going to be delicious. It is like Cool Whip and all sorts of fruit like layered in a dish. I think I'm gonna use a glass dish so that I can see how pretty it looks. And then hopefully my kids will eat some fruit over spring break, even if it is completely full of Cool Whip and cream cheese. I'm okay with it because fruit.
my last tip that I'm going to give you guys today to stay on track with tracking your macros is actually to take breaks from tracking. And what I mean by that is just be present with food sometimes. Practice what you've learned with macro tracking to your food situation as a mindful eater. What I've realized in my life is that mindful eating, it takes practice. And if we don't have a basis around nutrition and learn what our body actually needs to thrive through nutrition coaching or, macro counting, however it works for you, once we learn those skills, we're supposed to transfer them into our own ability to make choices. We need to learn how to trust ourselves. And so what that looks like is learning about food, learning about your protein goals, learning what you need, and then slowly stepping away from it. Because I firmly believe that tracking macros is a wonderful way to see results, but it's not a tool that we live with for the rest of our lives. It's strictly a tool we use to learn how to track, and then we get to move away from it and just live our lives. So ultimately, if you're planning ahead, if you're tracking your meals the night before, if you're being flexible with your lifestyle, especially as a mom, and being able to practice mindful eating alongside macro counting, you will see success. I never have once tracked macros perfectly, and I've been able to get off the baby weight every single time, feel good in my body, and gain muscle. And I know that you can too. It just takes practice and sometimes more time than we think it will take. I hope that these tips will help you guys learn how to track macros and feel more confident with your nutrition. Please like and follow and subscribe to my channel. I would love to see you guys every Thursday, and come on and follow me over at Instagram at bodywithbrie. So excited. See you next time. Comment in the chats below if you have any questions or if you have any ideas for a video next. See you later. Bye.